Party unceremoniously terminates interview contract with the IFOM Bondi. APRC holds a peaceful protest against TRRC. This and more coming on Gambia 24. Hello, good evening. You're watching Gambia 24 News Bulletin with me, Mariama Chan. Thanks for joining us. And now the news in detail. The Gambia Police Force on Monday began its operation to clear the streets within the Greater Banjul area and the West Coast region. The move, according to the police spokesperson, is to sanitize the roads of all unwarranted obstructions to the pathways. Our reporter Binta Jallo was on the ground and she filed sent this report.
This sanitized operation is expected to affect individuals who have derelict vehicles on the side of the roads and business places such as mechanic garages and shops that sell tires along different highways, causing obstruction on the flow of traffic. The police kickstarts its operation in Brikama in the West Coast region, where all streets within the region and beyond is expected to be cleared. An initial announcement from the Gambia Police Force had encouraged the public to comply with its new initiated operation of clearing the roads. The Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Police Force, Superintendent Lamin Jai, advised the affected people to desist from such act.
One very vital information that we want to put across, especially regarding this operation, is the fact that we want it to be sustainable. And that is, once we remove or clear the road, we want to appeal to the general public, especially those who are affected, to ensure that they don't return to these places. We have had several informations around, say, oh, you know, police will remove these things, but tomorrow or next tomorrow, people will come back again and continue. But as you can see today, we have cleared this whole area here used to be occupied by vendors and so, but today we have ensured that none of these vendors are around here. But we will also move to ensure that places that need to be demolished, that's why you have these heavy machines here as well. And so all those things will be done. But most importantly, we want the general public to ensure that when we removed or when you are affected, you don't come back to this place, because if you do, there will be consequences, because we will prosecute people and there will be penalties attached to it.
Bakari Mani from the National Road Authority stated that people cannot use roads as markets or garages.
We are the custodians of the roads, all roads and bridges in this country. And of course, it is our mandate and our responsibility to see to that the roads are free from obstruction. This is another way of maintaining, since our primary responsibility lies on maintaining the roads that we build. You will all bear with us. The National Roads Authority, we build roads, and of course we are maintaining it, but our main obstacle, our main problems are our roads has been torn into markets, workshops, and all kind of businesses. People live in their premises, their business centers, using the roads as their business centers. That cannot be allowed.
First of all, we mainly spoke to the truck drivers and truckers along the turntable area who are equally affected by this, are going to be affected by this operation. So what their main concern was, they are not, of course, denying the fact that where they are is obstruction, and of course where they are, they're not supposed to be there. But then what they are also complaining of is that before the police will remove them out of where they are, and this is where they're earning their daily meal, what they would like the government to do for them is to give them a place where they are going to, of course, move to.
The frequent traffic jam with lack of proper road networking in the country has triggered strong concerns among Gambian citizens, considering the huge economic losses it caused to the West African nation. For iAfrican News, Binta Jallo.
From that report by Bintu Jallo goes straight to waste management. Waste management has become a growing problem in the Gambia as youth like Abdoulaye Kante, the manager of waste management, have taken up the initiative by connecting the dots on the path to sustainable development. According to Kante, the reason why youth are engaged in waste collection is to curb the unemployment rate in the country. ISA2BI has the rest of that in this report.
With an increasing rate of unemployment in the country, Gambian youths are shifting attention to an alternative means of job creation. Even those with a day job often struggle to cater for their financial needs, and those begging for the need for an extra source of income. Abdoulaye Kante is one of them. He moved from working at a bank to creating a waste management business. Mr. Kante said he ventured into this industry to recruit youths and contribute to the coping the skyrocketing unemployment rate in the country.
I have been doing this job for some Americans before, for like 5 years. After that 5 years experience, so when these Americans they left back to America, I decided to continue on the same on the waste management job, because I said that definitely I don't want to be sitting here and say there's no job in this country, or I want to go back way to go and look for something. So I said that maybe my belief is like, if I try it here, I can also have something, I can make it here. Yeah, that's why I venture into this waste collections.
Kante said he has also created job opportunity for more than 10 people in his line of work.
In fact, before I go into waste management, I was working with the bank, and I also work with an insurance company. But since I started doing this waste management, I decided to see, look, we can do through this waste management, I can see myself in, and I have a lot of people that I used to work with. Like, I have 10 employees right now that are working with me. You understand? So it's like creating employment for the youths and for myself also. Yeah.
He urged citizens to help in boosting his business by providing him with trucks which will help him do the job easier and faster. Waste management includes the activities and action required to manage waste from its inception to its final disposal. This includes the collection, transport, treatment and disposal of waste, together with monitoring and regulation of the waste management process. For iAfrica News, I am ISA2BI Kujabi.
Now the leader of Gambia Moral Congress placed iAfrica TV microphone down and walked out of the Ifambodi exclusive interview, alleging contempt from the anchor. Mai Ahmad Fati had been submissive to the interview contract until Mamadou Lamin Jammeh began to ask how he became the first minister to be fired from the Barrow-led coalition government. The seamless saga appeared to irritate the nerves in the GMC leader, leading to his marching out of the interview. More of that in this report by our Omar Ahmad Toure.
Mai Ahmed Fati responses that his sacking from the cabinet was in connection to the Kanilai incident and not because of his alleged bid rigging meant to award Semlex the contract to print the Gambia National Identity Card. Before the broadcast of the Ifambodi edition, Mr. Fati went on his Facebook page alleging contempt against him. He emphasizes that his name had been cleared from the Semlex saga through an independent investigation by the National Assembly. When the Ifambodi host hints that the interview was going to delve into the Semlex issue a bit later, the former Minister of Interior decides to clear his image immediately instead.
But we will not treat that here. We think it's
No, if you start talking about it, we will have to treat it. You can't pass by it. I am going to respond now. No, I will respond now, Mr. Jammeh. I am the one answering. Mr. Jammeh, no, wait. I will answer you now. You have to allow me to respond. Then you shouldn't ask me the question in the first place if you know you were going to ask me about it later. If you bring up the topic, then I have to give my response.
As Ifambodi tries to go according to his interview plan, Mai Fati wouldn't take any question before exhausting the controversial issue at hand. This time, the Ifambodi program decides to explore the Kanilai incident as a reason for dismissal, but Mr. Fati has at this time decides to leave the doubt hanging in the same way it was communicated by the presidency.
This is my question.
Saying, foforiate, most la Gambia do yo jabi, ndeto jabila. Ito kuma fola member mbulalo jabila.
Now, whether that was wrong or right, it's there for Gambians to judge. I won't talk about that. You won't say anything here. That would make me answer that question. Whether right or wrong, Gambians are listening and they will draw conclusions. They are wiser than I am. He said he removed me because of national interest, so whether that was right or not, let Gambians talk about that.
Henceforth, the interview on the Ifambondi program could no longer regain the balance. In fact, the GMC leader once again needs to satisfy his urges on the Semlek saga, but the Ifambondi host needs to regulate the discourse. Eventually, things were no longer bearable on what appears as a hot seat for my party, so he makes the unusual but final decision.
Honorable
Mr. Jame, nila interview tanya kakarin kuntu.
No madre kuntu kan.
You know, Mr. Jame, if you want this interview to progress, do not intercept me, because if you intercept me, we won't progress. You can insist just as I do, but do not cut me short. Listen, if you cut me short, I will take it as a disrespect. Listen, Mr. Jame, and allow me to talk. No, I am talking and I am not done yet, so allow me to talk. Mr. Jame, if you want to answer the question yourself, then do it, or allow me to respond. This is not an argument between you and I. If you want us to continue, you have to listen to me. I don't think this interview will continue because I find that you are not respecting me.
The 7th edition of the Ifambondi program on iAfrica TV has since Friday sparked public discourse, particularly on social media platforms. Some of the key highlights regard to whether it was right or wrong for the former Minister of Interior to walk out of interview contract, or whether the program anchor had compromised any journalistic principle. Among the commentators was former Information Minister Demba Ali Jawo. He wrote, "This is the worst interview I have seen. The journalist had not treated Mai with fairness. His trend of questioning is very bad and confrontational." The Director of Media Academy for Journalism and Communication, Sam Mendy, commented, "They can point fingers at people, castigate, accuse, or call them corrupt, but frown on similar things when put on the spotlight. I beg all political leaders to endeavor to appear on the Ifambondi show. They just need to make sure that they are fully loaded to avoid walking away." For Paul A. Korea, it is a sensitive and real issue. That is why he dropped the mic, a defensive action. Fatu Jambe, "Mr. Journalist, if you continue like this, don't be surprised that nobody will want to be interviewed by you. Just give him a chance and listen." While Omar Samate commented, "A presidential aspirant running away from genuine questions? That's all I can see here. Stop disrespecting Gambian journalists for doing their job." Reporting for iAfrica TV, this is Omar Ahmad Toure.
In that report by Omar Ahmad Toure on May Ahmad Fati walking out on iAfrica TV's Ifambondi exclusive interview, will take us to a quick break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the news on Gambia 24. Stay tuned.
The locations, the design, the materials used, all the way down to the latest details, are few of many things that we focused on when we envisioned the airport residency. As proud innovators of community estates, the airport residency in Old Yundum, a project by Swami India International, offers unique gated community with 3 and 4 bedroom villas and duplexes. Just 5 minutes away from the Banjul International Airport. Luxury, convenience, and accessibility are some of the reasons you should consider this great housing opportunity. With a clubhouse, a playground, access roads, and parking facilities available for your dream home or a valuable investment, you will find all you need at Airport Residency here in Old Yundum.
Welcome to Staples, the office superstore for all your office needs, office furnitures, office equipment, office kitchenwares, office stationery. Get all you need for your workplace. Office desks, chairs, workstation, conference table, computers, printers, monitors, sofas, filing cabinets, water dispensers, microwaves, ovens, air coolers, and lots more. Staples, the best superstore in the Gambia.
Welcome back, and you are still watching Gambia 24 News. Now, the interim party leader of Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, delivered a petition to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for onward transmission to the President during a peaceful protest against the TRRC on Monday. According to him, the petition is not about the TRRC's recommendation, as they have no idea on what is in the Commission's recommendation. Instead, the petition is geared towards the appointments and the process throughout the course of the hearings, describing the TRRC as illegal. Fatmata Kasim has the rest of that.
Following the recent conclusion of the TRRC public hearing, APRC party militants on Monday took to the street to show their dissatisfaction in the manner in which the TRRC was set up. The interim party leader Fabakary Tombong Jatta said the selection of members of the commission was unconstitutional, and as such, its recommendation should be thrust out. Mr. Jatta observes that the APRC is not against the TRRC investigations into the alleged activities of the former government after being in power for 22 years. According to him, it is the people's right to find out the truth on some of the allegations made against the former regime.
What we wanted and what we had cried for was that it should be done honestly, transparently, and for the greater interest of the Gambian people. I am sure most of you will agree with me that from the onset, the whole process of the TRRC has been compromised. Decisions had already been reached, an institution created to justify those judgments given by a clique of people in this country. So as I said, we don't want to preempt before His Excellency receives the petition. But I will just give you an insight into what we think are flaws in the whole process, to the extent that we believe that the TRRC report, when it comes out, should be in the waste paper basket, just like the CRRC report on the Constitution.
Jatta said the 1997 Constitution guides any operation of government, arguing that the supreme law of the land can't be mortgaged or be compromised because it is not owned by any individual. He also challenged the legality of the appointment of Dr. Lamin Sise as chairman of the TRRC.
If you refer to Section 201 of the 1997 Constitution, it made it clear who can be appointed into a commission of inquiry and who should chair a commission of inquiry, whether it's a one-man commission or more than two people. And from all our investigations and information, Dr. Lamin Sise, with all his expertise and experience, is not qualified among many qualified people to take up that responsibility. It says, it provides that a person shall not be appointed chairperson of a commission of inquiry unless A, he or she has been a judge of a superior court, whether in the Gambia or outside. B, he or she is qualified to be appointed a judge of a superior court.
The former ruling party demanded the government to listen to their concerns and conduct an investigation in the matter.
In the petition, because of the flaws in violation of the Constitution, and any law that is in violation of the Constitution, to that extent, is null and void. And therefore, because they were illegal appointments, in our opinion, anything that comes out of the TRRC is just tissue paper. And therefore, we demand government to listen to our perspective, find out and do just that.
The peaceful demonstration included the handing over of the petition to the government against the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission. Receiving the petition on behalf of the President, Hussein Tomasi, Solicitor General, commended the APRC for the manner they went about presenting the petition, saying it was peaceful. The TRRC was instituted in 2017 by the Barrow administration to investigate into the alleged human rights violation committed by the former regime under the leadership of exiled former Yahya Jammeh. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Fatoumata Kasim.
In that report by our Fatmata Kasim on the peaceful protest conducted by APRC earlier today to deliver a petition paper to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for the President against the TRRC, in which Tombong Jatta has described the TRRC as illegal, brings us to the end of Gambia 24 News. I am your presenter, Mariama Cham. Thanks for your company and do have a wonderful evening.
Welcome to Staples, the office superstore for all your office needs, office furnitures, office equipment, office kitchenwares, office stationery. Get all you need for your workplace. Office desks, chairs, workstation, conference table, computers, printers, monitors, sofas, filing cabinets, water dispensers, microwaves, ovens, air coolers, and lots more. Staples, the best superstore in the Gambia.
The locations, the design, the materials used, all the way down to the latest details, are few of many things that we focused on when we envisioned the airport residency. As proud innovators of community estates, the airport residency in Old Yundum, a project by Swami India International, offers unique gated community with 3- and 4-bedroom villas and duplexes. Just 5 minutes away from the Banjul International Airport. Luxury, convenience, and accessibility are some of the reasons you should consider this great housing opportunity. With a clubhouse, a playground, access roads, and parking facilities available for your dream home or a valuable investment, you will find all you need at Airport Residency here in Old Yundum.